Hello, welcome to this tutorial where I will show you how to install Ubuntu on a virtual machine. You may also install Ubuntu on a physical machine. However, you will have to burn the installation image on a USB pen drive, and that will not be covered by this tutorial. So, to get started, we're gonna have to go to ubuntu.com to get our image. So on Ubuntu.com, you will see a page that looks like this. I'm gonna go to menu and click on download Ubuntu, and then click on desktop, and then the big green button that says download Ubuntu desktop. Here you'll be able to find the download for Ubuntu 24.04, which is the version covered by this tutorial. Future versions may also have a similar installation process, but we cannot guarantee that you'll be able to follow along with the future version. Click on download, and then the download for the Ubuntu image will start automatically. Note that it's worth noting that this is not your only option for installing Ubuntu. There are some other options in the desktop section under Ubuntu flavors. Here you can find that there are many different flavors of Ubuntu that are available for you to download. Each of these flavors have a different set of software for your needs. Some are tailored towards education, others have the KDE desktop environment. Another one has the LXDE desktop environment, the Budgie desktop environment, the Cinnamon desktop environment, and so on. You have many choices that you can make. The installation process for these should be quite similar, although I cannot guarantee that you'll be able to follow along if you try one of these flavors. Okay, so we are here in the Hyper-V Manager, and this is a software that I will be using to create a Ubuntu virtual machine. So, first thing that I would do is I'll go over to new, and then click virtual machine to create a new virtual machine. Then I'll click next, and then I'll type the name of my new virtual machine. And then I'll click next. And then generation 2 is supported by Ubuntu, so I will keep this heading selected. 4 gigs of RAM is enough to support Ubuntu, so I will leave this by default. Now, connection. Choose the default switch so that my virtual machine can connect to the internet. And I will create a hard disk that is 127 gigabytes in size. This is a little overkill, but it does not hurt because this hard drive will grow as it needs more space, and this will be the maximum size. So by default, it should start by consuming something around 4 gigabytes. And here we'll choose the ISO file that we downloaded. And then I click next. And then finish. Now your virtual machine should be created with Hyper-V. Now we can launch the virtual machine with Hyper-V. We double click on the virtual machine that we created. In this case it's Ubuntu demo. So the virtual machine is turned off, and all we need to do is click start to start the virtual machine. Any second now. That's so sad. I don't know what's going on. Okay, maybe I did something wrong. It's not turned off the virtual machine. And then let's start it again. Actually, no. Let's close this. And you go to settings. And I'm gonna go ahead and see what's going on in firmware. Yes, we have our ISO correctly set. Oh, so here's the problem. The secure boot template was automatically configured to be Microsoft Windows. So I think what we should do is turn off the secure boot, which will make our life easier. Although, even though Ubuntu supports secure boot, now let's try launching the virtual machine again. And then we're gonna click start. And you get the grub menu. This is the boot screen of Ubuntu. And here you have the options to try and install Ubuntu. You can boot into the installer in safe graphics mode, or you can boot from the next volume. Since we want to try and install Ubuntu, we can actually go ahead and choose the first option by pressing enter. Now Ubuntu should be starting up. And here's the first screen we see. It's a very Ubuntu. Now, the first thing it's gonna ask is, what is your language? I will choose English. And here's your accessibility options in case you want to use any of them. So here you get to choose your keyboard layout. So I have a English United States keyboard, and I don't have to change anything. You may set up your Wi-Fi here, but since this is a virtual machine, it's going to be using the virtual Ethernet adapter. So by default, it will be using the wired connection, which is the same connection that you have on your host machine. Now, it seems that an update is available for the installer, so we're going to go ahead and click Update now. Okay, wow, that was fast. Okay, so we're going to close the installer and relaunch it to continue with the installation. So, we're going to launch the installer again by double clicking this right here. Okay, now we're going to go through the same thing again. In here, you have the option to do an interactive installation or an automated installation. And for this, for most purposes, you're going to want to do an interactive installation. This is more, the automated installation is more for enterprises that set up a lot of Ubuntu machines at once. So, we can choose whether we want to start with just the essential software, or if we want an extended selection of software, which comes with Office tools, things like video players, codecs, and other utilities. So we're going to choose the extended selection. Now, this varies by user preference, but you can choose to install proprietary software while installing Ubuntu. You may have to do this if you have an NVIDIA graphics card or some other proprietary component that does not have a free and open source software driver equivalent. So, for the purpose of this tutorial, I will be checking this button and this one. I'm going to download the additional proprietary software. And for most cases, you will want to erase the disk and install Ubuntu. And now you get to choose your password and username. Let's enter the name. No, that's a little bit too on the nose. Alright, the name is gonna be Archie. And the computer name, you can have it be anything you want. And username will just leave as Archie, and the password has to be extremely secure. I recommend something that is at least 10 characters long, has numbers and symbols. My favorite password is this one. I don't think anyone would be ever able to crack this password. And then click Next. Choose your time zone. You can click anywhere on this map to select your time zone. Or you can use the drop down menu over here and type where your location is. And you'll be presented with one last opportunity to go back and review your changes. And then once you're ready and you're sure that you want to proceed with the installation, you may click Install. Now the Ubuntu installation has started, and all you have to do now is kick back and relax while the installer does all the work. And while we wait, I may give you some pleasant sound, and you may find it nice. Adjust this microphone for. It doesn't sound like my opinion. I mean, like how this one sounds. I always like watching the command line go up. And it's somehow very soothing for me. So it is me tapping on a cup of coffee. I love coffee. Do you like coffee? Looks like the installer is currently installing LibreOffice. It's a very handy office suit to have. I mean, sweet, not suit. English is quite a complex language, and I am always still learning. Oh, seems like Ubuntu is installed and ready to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and click restart now. But first, actually, we're gonna go over here to media. And on the DVD drive, we'll click eject the disk so that it doesn't automatically restart us into the installer. Now, you can click restart now to reboot the virtual machine. Now, you can see that among all these lines, there is a message that says, please remove the installation medium and press enter. So, since we already removed the installation medium, we're just going to go ahead and press enter. That doesn't look good. Okay. How about we just go ahead and just restart the virtual machine entirely. I go here and reset. So I have reset the virtual machine and it should now be booting into the operating system. And there we go. We're now at the login screen. Now here you're going to be clicking your profile and you're going to enter the very secure password that you entered during setup. In my case, I chose an extremely secure and uncrackable password that no one will ever be able to guess. But I'm just going to tell you what the password is because I don't really care if I get hacked. So now you're privy to all my secrets and you know my epic, extremely secure password. I just press enter to log into your account. And welcome to Ubuntu 24.04.2 LTS. This is the welcome screen, and you may just close it if you wish, or you can just follow along with it by clicking next. You'll be offered to use Ubuntu Pro, which allows you to get security updates after the support for this distribution has ended, but I don't really need that. I don't really understand why they even offered this in the first place. If you know, please do feel free to let me know why. Then you may choose to share system data with the Ubuntu team, or you can choose not to. If you want to know what kind of data your computer is going to be sending to the Ubuntu team, you can click Show the First Report, which will show you the data that your computer will be sending to the Ubuntu team. I will choose to share my system data with the Ubuntu team. You may feel free to choose not to. Then just click Finish. And welcome to the Ubuntu desktop. I'll be giving you a tour in just a little bit. Okay, so now I'll give you a brief tour of the Ubuntu desktop. First, I'll give you an overview of the desktop environment, which is the GNOME desktop environment. Over here, you have your favorites sidebar. Up here, you have a button that displays all of your workspaces, as well a search bar that searches anything in your computer. Like, for example, if you would like to search for an app, you would just type the name of the app. For example, I will look for a calculator. And as soon as I type just calc, it will show up right here, along with LibreOffice Calc. The Ubuntu extended installation includes many utilities like this. So, here in the workspaces, you can see that you have two workspaces by default. When you open a window in the first one, you will see that it starts a window in the first workspace. If you switch to the second workspace and open a window in this one, you will notice that they are separated and the third workspace has been created. When you close the last window on the second workspace, the workspace also gets deleted. You will always have an empty workspace at the end of your workspace list. So the basic apps installed in Ubuntu are your web browser, your mail reader and sender, your file manager, a music player called Rhythmbox, LibreOffice Writer. Well, not just a writer, you get the whole suite just for free. The App Center, from where you can download new apps, your help application, the trash can where your deleted files go. And over here you can show all the apps that are installed on your computer. If you click this arrow to the right, it will switch the page to the next one. So the default installed browser on Ubuntu is Firefox. The mail app is Thunderbird Mail. And let's see what else we got here. Your videos app. You can watch your videos here. I don't have any videos for demonstration, so I apologize for that. We have the Clocks app, from where you can add your alarms. Like say you want it to ring at like 9. And if you want it to ring on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, you can also give it a name. Change the ring duration. And also the snooze duration. And then it should ring at 9 if your computer is on and you have speakers connected. I don't think it works if your computer is sleeping though. You have a stopwatch as well. You can keep track of time and laps. You have a timer. It's used for cooking, your laundry, and all that good stuff. You have world clocks, so that you can see the clocks from around the world, I suppose. Like, for example, if you want to know what time it is in, let's say, what time is it in New Jersey? I suppose New Jersey isn't a city. How about New York? So, yes, at New York. And now it's displaying the New York time. Right here. So that's it for the clock app. Next we have the calendar. In this app you can manage your schedule. You can change your view from either month or week view. You can also manage multiple calendars at once, including birthdays and anniversaries, and also personal calendar. You can also synchronize it with a cloud account if you wish to do so. If you want to create a new calendar, you can just click Add Calendar and give it a name. You just name it whatever you want. And also choose a color. If you want to create an event on your calendar, all you have to do is double click the day that you would like to add an event. Like, for example, if you want to create an event for May 28th, I just double click. No, sorry, I just click on the day and you give the event a name. For example, dentist. I can click Edit Details to add more information about this event. You can add a reminder. For example, if you set it one day, the calendar will remind you of this event one day before it occurs. You can set the time when it starts and the time when it ends. You can also make it repeat daily from weekdays, weekly, monthly, or yearly. And also set an end repeat condition. Like, for example, after a certain number of occurrences, it will stop repeating. So in this example, after 2 occurrences, it will not repeat anymore. So you see that I have added dentist to day 28th of May. And if I go to the next month, in June, see that it's also there on the 28th. But if I go to August, you will see that it's not there anymore because it already has occurred 2 times. So it will not appear anymore. If you want to delete an event, all you have to do is click it, edit, and click delete event. It will ask if you want to delete all events or subsequent events or just this one. For this demonstration, I'll delete all events. So you can see that my dentist appointment is gone, but for some reason this one remained. Oh, never mind. That was just just a delayed response, I suppose. So that's it for the calendar app. Those are the basic functions of the calendar. Next we have the camera. I don't have a camera connected to the virtual machine, so I unfortunately cannot demonstrate this. We have the firmware updater. This is where you can get update for your computer's firmware. Since this is a virtual machine, there is not much to see here. We got the image viewer, which is self-explanatory. You can use this to view images. Although you'll not be opening this directly, you usually be double-clicking an image in your Files app, and it will open this automatically. I cannot demonstrate the document scanner since I don't have a scanner connected. We got LibreOffice, the full Office suite. We got Writer, which lets you write documents. We have Calc, which lets you make spreadsheets, and Impress for presentations and Draw for drawings. Writer and Calc are the most commonly used ones. Let's make an example document with Writer. You'll get a nice little tip when you launch Writer for the first time. If you don't want to see these, you can just untick this box. I personally do not like these tips because they're a little distracting. Okay, so that's LibreOffice Writer. Next, we're going to look at the terminal. The terminal can be either your best friend or you can never touch it if you don't want to. Personally, I like using the terminal because it gives you a lot of power over your operating system, although you gotta know what you're doing. For example, I can update all of the things on my computer by running just a couple of commands. Like for example, I can use sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade, and then enter my super secure password. And boom, it's starting to update the operating system. Although I will say no right here because I want to show you how to update your system without relying on the terminal for those less technically inclined. You can also have some more novelty applications on the terminal, like for example you can have calsay, which is not installed, but Ubuntu is kind enough to give us instructions on how to install it. So now the calsay is installed, we can run the command. It's currently frozen because it's waiting for an input on the primary input, but since we're running it from the terminal, it's not gonna receive anything, so I'm just gonna abort that with Control-C. So if you want to make calsay say something, you can type calsay and then your string. And there we go, we have a cow say hello world. Next tab we have power statistics. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what this is. We have Remina. This is a remote desktop client. that you can use to, well, remotely access other systems that have RDP enabled. Unless if you're a more technically inclined person, I don't think this will be useful to you. We have Shotwell, which you can use to manage your photos. Personally, I have never used Shotwell because I just manage my photos manually. You might find a use for this. Software and updates. From here, you can manage your software repositories. Usually you would not want to touch this unless if you have some specific use in mind. This is a more important section, which is the additional driver section. From here you can change which drivers are installed on your computer. If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, this might be a place where you want to check for updates. And if you have an Intel processor, you might have a microcode update waiting for you over here. We have the software updater. If it will launch. Okay, there. I guess it just didn't want to focus for some reason. So, the first thing it shows when it opens is that it wants to install updates, and that's exactly what it does. Click install now, and it will install software updates for you. Yes. See the updates go. It's updating snaps. And now the computer needs to restart to finish installing updates. But we're just gonna click restart later. Next. I'm going to go to the text editor. Here you can, this is pretty much a more basic text editor. It doesn't support advanced formatting features. You might be interested in this or editing very basic text files. So that's it for the text editor. Next, we're gonna take a look at what the desktop backgrounds that are available to you. By default, you have several options, including this little thing right here. Oh, that's adorable. Now you have also a version that changes depending on whether you have the default light mode or the dark mode turned on. I could have the lighter gray one. You can also have a mountain as your desktop. Or this picture of water reflecting the sky. Or this work of art representing a mesa. Or also maybe even an aurora borealis. Very pretty. You can also have a light bulb reflecting many chromatic shades of RGB. Or you can even have this little critter. This is a little creepy in my opinion. I think these are fractals in the background, but this is a little spooky for my taste. So let's just use the light gray one. So the last thing that I would like to show you is the App Center. From here you can install new applications. You can explore the most popular applications that are in the App Center. For example, you could install Steam from right here, or Discord if you use that. So if you install in Discord, it's simply a matter of clicking here and then clicking install, and it will prompt you for your extremely secure and unhackable password. Once you enter your password, it will install it. And that's it. That's just how you install a new app. You can just click open, and it will start the application for you. I just exit out of this, cut it from the tray, and you can also find Discord over here in the Show Apps menu. Now, to uninstall an application, you can go in Manage in the App Center, and you will find your installed application here. And you click this drop down and click on Install. And now that Discord is gone, it's no longer there. You can install Mumble, Sea Lion. You can even install Minecraft from here. We have games. Let's see what the GNOME game suite has to offer. Have GNOME mines, much like a minesweeper on Windows. mines, 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 mines. The mines are installed. So let's close this. And open mines. Huh? Do you know how to play Minesweeper? I bet you don't. I'm just kidding. You probably do. Huh? Let's give this a try. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so I've done it. 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Oh, yeah.